Good evening, everybody. It is Thursday once again. 7 o'clock. Hour and a half before kickoff. And we are a few days after an Eagles win. Finally. That's why I had to wear the Pius hat again. The high school hat. Eagles get a win. I'm pumped. Because that was one of those games where you kind of sit there and, you know, at some point in the game, you're like, okay, they're going to win this game. And that point, and the point in that game when, you know, probably 90% of Eagles fans said that was when Darren Sproles took that punt back. Probably when Darren Sproles took that punt back. And then when, you know, Ryan Matthews fumbled, it was kind of deflated a little bit. But overall, I don't know if they played that good. To be honest, regardless, it was a 2-0 team that they were playing, but they were a little shaky. It's a tale of two halves again, don't you think, Clay?
At least they got it right. First half started off strong this week. It was definitely frightening when Matthews fumbled that ball and their defense wasn't playing all that great. Brandon Marshall started to tear him up. Brandon Marshall, 2 key mistakes that probably gave the Eagles the game.
Yeah, that bonehead play.
I don't know what he's doing. I was going to save that one for my bro moment of the week, but you just took it, so.
You can still use that. That's fine. Kai, what'd you say?
I don't think it wasn't a game about who executed. It was about who played worse.
Yeah. I mean, the first half the Eagles played well, though. You have to give them. They did. They did play well.
I'm still waiting for them to put a complete game together offensively and defensively.
Yeah. Second half, yeah, you know.
But then again, that's football, right?
I'm waiting for Sam Bradford to really shore up his accuracy because he was looking like Donovan McNabb. I know Kai and I talked about it a little bit this week.
Mm-hmm.
He really, like, Kai came up to me on Monday and was like, is that Donovan McNabb or Sam Bradford out there? He was hitting people's feet, throwing
ankle
behind
breaker.
People.
Yeah, I want to get into Bradford. This is 98.5 WNUWLP Aston FM. Again, you can follow us on Twitter at NUSports985. Live tweet us during the show. Tweet us a problem. Tweet us a bruh moment of the week if you have one. And, you know, if you weren't listening last week, a bruh moment of the week means something that made you just kind of say that, you know? And as Clay said, he already gave us a little sneak peek of his. But, you know, back to Bradford. I mean, he just, I don't know if it's a mental thing or he's not really ready to trust his knees yet. You know what I mean? Because it looks like he's slinging it with just his arms. He's not really getting into his throws.
John Gruden, as much as people pick on John Gruden, he was talking about Aaron Rodgers quite a bit on Monday Night Football. One thing that I heard him say about how Aaron Rodgers never stops moving his feet, and then I started to think about Sam Bradford, the way he's been in the pocket lately. He looks like his feet are dead set. They're not moving. It looks like he's in cement. And funny thing is, I saw a stat on Twitter from Elliott Shore Parks, and Sam Bradford's accuracy, his completion percentage outside the pocket when he's rushed outside the pocket is far better than when he's inside the pocket not moving his quarterback.
That's what they got. They got to play the guy's strengths for right now. I mean, I still think it's like a mental issue. I mean, because when you talk to guys, we know people that have torn their ACLs. That play sports, the whole thing is, you know, when they come back, they don't really trust it too well for a little bit. I mean,
you get over that
and you remember Donovan when he tore his. It took him a good half of the season at least to really trust himself. Brady, it took him a little bit to figure.
Ben Roethlisberger was the biggest one that I thought. He was winning games, but I mean, Big Ben did not look like Big Ben when after he came back from his ACL tear.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as easy as it is to hate on Sam Bradford, I mean, you got to look at. This is a whole new offense. He hasn't played a game for 2 years. I mean, we're being critical. I'd love to be critical on him because I don't think he's very good, but maybe we'll give him the benefit of the doubt saying that.
This is strange. Kai's praising Sam Bradford.
Yeah, I'm not. This is not praise. This is remorse. I kind of feel. I mean, I don't feel bad, but I just think that he's not comfortable in the. I mean, like, you can tell when he's sitting there, he's not making his throw. I mean, he's got guys up and down field, and he's hitting them in the ankles. Yeah. I mean, we got another ankle breaker in Philly besides AI. So I mean, I
see what you're saying. I mean, there's like the easy 3rd and 4 quick slant plays that he's putting it on the wrong shoulder. Completely
to Aguilar, right? Hit him right in the feet.
Right.
He might have been gone.
You throw it at the other shoulder of the guy.
But then again, he made a couple beautiful passes to Sproles with the one he dropped.
That's why I think he has the skill set to do it. It's just up here in the head.
Well, that's what I think. I think that when he's reacting, spontaneously and not really thinking about it, like when he's forced out of the pocket and throwing a ball downfield to Sproles, that's just reacting.
Yeah.
You drop back in the pocket, he's thinking about that the whole time he's dropping back. I think he's overthinking the game too much.
Yeah. What do we got out there? We got a recruit?
Yeah,
Bill Saar's got a recruit.
A recruit for the softball team out there looking into the studio.
We got
Shout out Bill
Eagles should
Saar.
recruit some people.
Come on in.
But again, now they got Washington coming up. The division's still. I know it's only week 3, week 4, but the division is still wide open,
Especially,
pending Hurricane Joaquin.
Yeah,
wherever they
Joaquin.
decide to play.
Kai, how do you say it?
Jakeem.
Yeah, Kai, on the way over here, Kai was trying to pronounce it. It was ugly.
It's tough one to pronounce. But I mean, you can't. I'm tired of saying that it's just week 4 because at the end of the season, when you look back, these are the games that you say if we would have won a couple of these early ones,
they set you up.
I mean, So I don't think week 1, week 2, I think's fine, but
no, you're right.
getting to the meat of the season
because now this is the last part of the first quarter. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, so at what point?
At
what point does it get over and you say, well, they just didn't execute?
Yeah, that's what eventually separates the good team. Because the first couple of weeks, like you said, you can. Okay, you know what? They're a little rusty here and there, but once week 4, week 5, 6 hits, you start knowing who the teams that can contend for a Super Bowl are. And there's a couple of them right now that you're saying, okay, they definitely can. Patriots, Cardinals, Packers,
Broncos.
That's probably the only 4 in my mind that I can think of
Falcons?
right
now. I think the Falcons.
I don't know. I got to see a couple more. I got to see them play some actual
consistency.
teams.
Because I mean, they're right. They're not usually a team that
they played the NFC East so far,
right.
which is probably the worst division of football right now, besides the AFC South.
I tell you what,
the AFC South's pretty bad. Yeah,
but NFC South's pretty bad.
Their offense is clicking.
Arizona, it is.
Their offense is clicking, and their defense is made.
I'm telling you, Dan Quinn is a mastermind.
Starting to turn around. Yeah, it's starting to turn around.
They were definitely a favorite here early in the, the beginning of the season. But you're right. I mean, it's 18. However long season it is. I mean,
yeah. All right, let's switch gears for a quick sec. Let's time for what happened last night.
Something not that chill happened last night.
All right. In case you missed it last night, Clay, fill us in. What happened?
Well, the Cardinals clinched the NL Central again. I mean, the Pirates won the past couple
They
of
have
years.
100 wins again.
Oh, man, the Cardinals are so good.
How many
They're
Phillies
so
have?
Good. I don't even
40,
know.
41, 47? Not many. They don't many.
And interesting enough, the guy that the Cardinals were relying on at the beginning of the season who got hurt in spring training field in the PFP, Adam Wainwright, got the pitch last night.
That slipped my mind. They didn't even have him all year. Wow.
And he looked good though.
He did look good.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be interesting seeing him out of the bullpen, for sure.
Yeah. Kai, what do you have?
Well, this is an easy segment for me. Just looking at the paper from last night, the title: "What the heck happened in that crazy Mets Phillies game last night?" So basically, last night, I don't know if anybody was watching. Odubel Herrera got hit in the back by a pitch from the Mets pitcher. Can't remember who's pitching for them. Let me see. Hands or Robles, pumping about 98 miles an hour. So that probably didn't feel good for old Odubel. And I don't know if it was. I don't think it was the same inning. I know both benches got cleared. I mean, they got warned after Odubel got hit in the back. Cameron Rupp comes up after he hit a home run. I think it was the first or second, third. It was one of the early innings. Comes up and Robles, the Mets pitcher, literally threw one. And so he kind of turned away, like facing the third base line. Mm-hmm. That ball missed his neck by about an inch. I mean, if that would have hit him, I can only imagine what would have happened.
It's like, you remember what happened to Stanton.
Yeah, I mean, and both benches cleared, but nothing happened. But hey, I wanted to see a fight because maybe Philly could have got some fans in their games from now on.
Yeah, they had about 3,000-4,000 there last night.
Yeah, you're not going to see a game, but you'll see a fight.
All right, I got something. The Toronto Blue Jays clinched last night, the AL East.
Right, we were talking about them last week.
Mm-hmm. They're for real. And you don't think so?
But they live and die by the long ball.
The long ball.
And and I question their pitching at some points, but defensively, I think they're one of the best teams in baseball.
think it's interesting because you look at the teams that have won recently in the World Series. You look at the Giants; they had their core guys. They return players all the time. The Cardinals, who have had success in the playoffs in many years in this decade, they're core guys, and they bring guys back and they play together in multiple postseasons. The Blue Jays are these guys thrown together along with the Mets. They're these guys that got thrown together at the trade deadline. They haven't played together that long, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the playoffs. And there's like the teams like the Royals, the Cardinals. You're going to see how that chemistry comes into play.
Gosh,
I think it's going to be interesting.
Wouldn't it be nice to be able to authentically root for a team in the playoff chase right now? Yeah. How nice would that be? You remember those times back in 2008, back when we were, feels like middle school. I mean, when the Phillies were, in contention almost every year.
I was in
08,
I was in middle school.
I was in ninth grade.
You know what I mean? I mean, and there's a lot of I don't think Philly fans really remember what that's like to, be in a playoff chase like that. So this is my question.
I'm not going to realize.
This is my question. So now do we start reaching in other teams' pockets and saying, "Oh, well, Ben Revere got traded at the trade deadline, so we're a Blue Jays fan for the playoffs"?
No, I think it's going to be more of either people rooting against that person or rooting for, like the Andre Iguodala thing. With the Warriors. It's going to be like that. I want him to win because he was a Sixer, which is fine. I don't have a problem.
It's just funny. It's just funny, because we're talking, how the players. I mean, we're badgering the players on the Phillies. Revere, he was all right on the Phillies. He goes to Toronto. He's playing great right now. He's got one of the best averages on the team.
He had a good average in Philly this year.
He played all right.
He was over 300.
But they're talking about him now like he is an essential piece to this team.
Yeah.
In Philly,
he
can't. He doesn't have a good arm. He can't hit. He's playing phenomenal over there.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Now, if they win the World Series, they're going to say, two years down the road, they're going to say, we gave away Ben Revere, and he wins the World Series. The Blue Jays. He's not good. He's really not that good.
World Series MVP to Ben Revere.
That's what people were saying about Iguodala. Oh, we should have kept Iguodala. We would have had him, and we would have had this guy. And no.
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, and I think
it's a whole different system.
I think the Sixers situation is a little different than the Phillies, but
I really don't think. I think the Sixers rebuilt the same way the Phillies are doing now. They got rid of those guys that were the what ifs. Like, what if we can hold on to these guys? What are they going to turn into? Iguodala was one of the guys that was on his way to proving himself that they had to get rid of just to start rebuilding.
I think I agree, but they're both rebuilding without a doubt. I'm saying
Absolutely.
that, but the Sixers is more of an annoying rebuilding. Is that fair to say?
That's right around the corner.
Because
it's right around the corner every single offseason.
Hey, it's going to be a cold and long winter for Sixers fans, so I'm not going to start being negative about that yet. But
what tickets starting at?
What?
$850?
$850.
What are we starting at?
I have no idea. What, a beer in there is
at.
probably more expensive than a ticket.
It probably is.
I got an interesting stat here. I was on Instagram today. SportsCenter Instagrammed an interesting video. Taylor Swift's on tour right now. And she played in the Astros Stadium. Since she played in the Astros Stadium, they're 8-11. The Nationals 32-39 since Taylor Swift played, and the Nationals slid horribly.
Tay-Tay, the curse of Tay-Tay.
She's going to Toronto October 3rd.
I'm not even gonna fall into this. I am not talking about this on the radio.
I don't know. Might be something there.
This is something you talk to your girlfriend about in bed before you go to sleep.
That's like the Billy Goat curse with the Cubs.
Yeah.
Same. It's
the only curse.
There's gonna be a 30 for 30 about this 20 years from now.
Taylor's Tom and Odie, my man Tom.
Taylor played at the Link. Maybe that's why they can't win at home.
Maybe.
I'm not giving in this. I'm not getting worked up.
I think he's on to something.
I'm not. Yeah, pretty soon we're going to see Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith arguing about this. You heard it here first.
I don't want to
You
hear
heard
Skip
it here
Bayless argue
first.
about anything.
You heard it here first. ESPN, we got copyright of that. So,
all right, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we'll talk some fantasy, some more Eagle stuffs, and 7:30. It's K. Willie's sleeper of the week. Again, he is. I'm going to give him 3 for 3.
I'm hot.
So far.
I'm hot.
He's hot. We're going to hit a break. All right, everybody, welcome back. We are going to get into a little bit of fantasy football in about 9 minutes. We're going to open with the K. Willie sleeper of the week, but let's hit the Twitter board real quick. Go back to the Sixers. Wow. Sixers in 2 years will be in the conference championship.
Who said that?
Yeah. Wait.
Take a guess.
CD?
Franchise.
Franchise?
Not franchise.
Nah, that's not that. That doesn't.
That's a CD tweet.
That sounded too educated to be franchise.
Sixers in 2 years, conference championship.
Bruh.
No way. No way.
Conference. I mean, it is the East, but it's not that weak.
I know. I'm just saying. I don't think they're going to be. I don't think they're going to be that good.
I hope it pans out like that.
I don't even know what to say about the Sixers. I mean, Embiid's not playing again. I mean, you got Okafor to look forward to, but
Yeah.
although he does, so far I think Okafor's done a great job. He seems like he's really embracing the city of Philadelphia. He's been to a couple Eagles games. It looks like.
Yeah, I saw him at the last home game against the Cowboys.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. I guess he was boys with Kevin Hart before, or Kevin Hart befriended him when he was drafted by the Sixers. But he did the run for Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart did a run in Philadelphia at the Art Museum the day before his
5K,
show.
right?
Yeah, 5K
And
before
Center
the show.
City. Center City.
Right at the Art Museum, and then he was actually a VIP at the show. He was down in Kevin Hart's box with Kevin Hart's kids, hanging out with them. So I mean, he's definitely embraced like the Philly lifestyle with all the Philly guys. So
That's good to see. I mean, and Philly's a city that if an athlete gives back to the city will give back to you. So I like Okafor so far.
and Chase Utley and Shane Victorino guys that
There
were
you go.
adopted by Philadelphia.
There you go.
They
Yeah.
still love it.
They still.
Sixer season right around the corner. Coming up on the NBA.
I mean, the East.
Let's give a little 5-minute preview here of the NBA. What are we looking at? Cavs,
I mean,
again.
yeah,
you can't think the Cavs aren't going there.
Warriors.
You can't count out the Spurs ever.
I don't think anything's going to be much different than last year in the NBA.
Yeah, I think you might have a repeat again. I mean, I don't know who else. The thing with the NBA is the two best teams will always be there. They're head and shoulders above everybody else, it seems like.
Yeah, well, that's just how it is now. Here I'm looking at the Sixers roster. I've never even seen half these guys' names. I can't even pronounce half their names.
That's fine.
I literally can't pronounce half their names.
What?
It's not saying much though, because Kai can't pronounce anything.
No, I think that a solid pickup though, even though he hasn't done much yet, Nick Stauskas from Michigan. That's not terrible.
What?
That's not.
Sauce?
It's not terrible.
Sauce Castillo?
Hey, at least I'm tired of watching Tony Roten drive to the rim and throw the ball 20 feet over the backboard. All right.
I liked the way Isaiah Cannon came in and played a little bit at the end of last season. I know he's very average, but on the Sixers team, he's probably one of their best scorers.
I think you're going to see.
You're reaching deep there, Isaiah Cannon.
I think you're going to see a lot of Okafor this year.
Well, that's the whole point of this year for them is to see the development of Nerlens and Leal.
Dude, it is
Big jaw.
It is unreal the amount of money these guys are. Dude, Carl Landry is making.
There's some people that
$6.5 million this year.
Yeah, there's some they don't. That's a lot for some of these guys.
Furkan Aldemir.
Furkan Aldemir.
Furkan Aldemir. $2.8 million this year.
That's fine.
I mean, Embiid's making 4.6. I can understand that.
What do you mean he hasn't stepped on the court yet?
Yeah, but he was a lottery pick.
And he's not.
He was
I
a
don't
lottery
think he's
pick.
ever going to step on the court.
He is not
He's a
going
lottery.
to step on the court.
So you're
this
telling me
year.
that Robert Covington is making $1 million, and Tony Roten is making $2 million?
They got to pay somebody. What are they just going to sell?
The guys they got right now, the guys that are on that team right now should be happy to get a free McDonald's Happy Meal for playing for the Sixers. Because these guys are making outrageous money, and they wouldn't make one other team in the league.
But compared to that's minimal. That's small money.
Gosh, that is
2.6. That's minimal. That's small.
That is unreal.
To us, that's hey, I'll take a check for.
It just amazed me that the Sixers can be so bad, and it's almost like they don't even try.
I wrote a check for $1,800 today for our rent, and I felt like I was rolling big bucks.
Yeah, all right, so imagine
that's
going out
about
there.
a half a quarter a play.
Imagine. So wait, hold on. What was the Sixers record last year? It was so bad I stopped keeping count. Did they get into the 20s and wins?
I was told there would be no math today.
All right.
That's one of the new ones. I just put one of those in there.
When you're so bad and you just get a check for Carl Landry, they're gonna be terrible again this year. He's gonna get a check for $6.5 million at the end of the year. And now, me being a good person, I would feel like I just stole $6.5 million. He's basically showing up to a pickup game at a park and playing with a bunch of kindergartners against a high school varsity. You know, they're going to get wiped up and down the floor night in, night out. But he's making $6.5 million. Would you be all right with that?
Yeah.
That's not a lot of money.
That's not.
Compared to what other people are making. The other guys
It's not
in the
a lot of
NBA.
money.
All right, let's go to another. What team do you want to see?
You don't have to go to a team. You just go to the people who make the most money, get a list of that, and compare it to Carl Landry's $6.5 a year.
All right, here you
Nothing.
go. Here are the Cavs. Here are the Cavs.
A lot of those guys have 1 year small contracts because they
Yeah.
have huge contracts on Love, Irving, and LeBron.
I mean,
A lot of guys are 1 year small, 2
Their
year
money's
this,
not too much different besides LeBron and Love
and Kyrie.
and Kyrie.
Yeah, you weren't listening. He just said that.
Yeah,
There's an echo somewhere.
Yeah, it was. Now, my man.
Like, that's not a lot of money. That's the thing. $6.5. They'll pay a role player $6.5 million. You know, that's not a lot of money.
What was Tristan Thompson's new contract?
It was for
Got it right here.
53, I think.
It's not up here yet. Not yet. They don't have it up here yet.
He's making about, I think it was 10 to 12.
Yeah, and then he just re-signed.
He's not
for-
worth that money.
No,
he had a
no.
good postseason, and that was because Love was out. I mean, he had to do something.
Yeah, he got way more minutes because Love was out.
I know.
I mean, J.R. Smith. That's got to be the best role in sports, man. The bench player just making $5 million a year.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, let's
look,
get out of the NBA.
I'm sick of the NBA. I've been talking about the NBA for 5 minutes, and I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Wait, we're just talking about money. We're not even talking about the game.
I know, but I'm not ready for basketball right now. I'm in the middle of football season, and the baseball playoffs are about to start. It's the best, probably one of the best playoffs you'll watch.
It's one of the best time of the year.
Yeah,
This-
October
Absolutely.
baseball
Best time of
is
year.
hands down the
Best
best.
time of
But
the year.
right now, before we go to K. Willie Sleeper of the Week, it is time for the bruh moment of the week. So, Clay, would you like to start off with the bruh moment of the week?
Yeah, I'll start off. And as I said earlier, Brandon Marshall. Bruh, come on.
What happened? What did he do?
He's going across the middle, catches a ball about 20 yards down the field.
That's fine.
Yards after the catch, he's running, and a D-back comes up, tackles him. He sees his tight end creeping up behind him. He decides to try to flip the ball to his tight end. He did not see the other D-back standing there. Right into the Eagles' defensive hands.
That was great, though, wasn't it? that was so great.
Actually, in slow motion, what's
To see
funny is it probably wasn't even fumble because his elbow was down.
It was close. But then he went on and said that was the worst play in the history of the NFL. It wasn't even the worst play in the history of your franchise. Butt fumble.
No,
Sanchez with the butt fumble.
that's got to be pretty close to the butt fumble.
I don't know. He was trying to make a play, though. Sanchez was, a quarterback draw because he had nowhere to go. I don't know. Kai, what's your bruh moment of the week?
My bruh moment of the week. I don't know how many of you have seen this video. My man Gronk. My man Gronk hosted a woman's football clinic, which is great. But he hits the whip and the nay-nay with all the girls, and I don't even know what he's doing. I'm not sure. He looks like he's I don't know. I don't know how to.
Gronk could do that.
Gronk can do whatever he wants. He's got the
He
go-go gadget on him.
He does whatever.
Yeah,
he wants.
he's a nasty looking dude.
So
but
what do you brun? His moves?
dance skill? Yeah, the quality of the dance. I mean,
All right.
that was god awful. I mean, if you're gonna, you're at a woman's clinic. You're trying to impress, a woman's clinic. I mean, Bro, he's lifting his leg above his head and like, oh God, come on, man. Just,
All right.
just type it in on YouTube. It's not that
Yeah,
hard.
no, I know. Okay, I have 2 moments. I had one going into today, and then I found another one today.
You can't just find it. I mean, you can't find
It happened. Okay, it happened.
But I know.
I was a part of this moment.
You're broing yourself.
No, it wasn't me.
I know. But I feel like you walk around looking for bro moments. Like, are you a guy that looks around looking? You know.
I would like to. Yeah, I mean, sometimes.
So you're a bro
sometimes
moment.
you gotta find content.
Bro moment go getter.
All right, here's what happened. Here's the first one. Today, I'll start with this one today. Today, I'm walking out of class with the girlfriend, and she goes, "It's really cold, really cold." I'm like, "Yeah, it's probably
It was cold today.
It's probably
59.
because of the Hurricane Joaquin coming, right?" So she goes, "Oh, that's what it's called. That's how you pronounce that." So now I'm interested. What did you think it was called? And then she starts laughing. I'm like, "What'd you think?" And she goes, "I thought it was Joe Quinn."
That's what I said.
Joe Quinn.
I said the same thing.
What?
It sounds like a politician.
No, it doesn't.
Joe Quinn.
Joe Quinn? Nah, Joe Quinn. Nah. I'm thinking a basketball player.
Hurricane Joe Quinn.
Hello?
I said the same thing.
He did say the same thing.
Joe Quinn.
Anyway.
Out of all the names to name a
But
hurricane,
I expect it from you. Anyway.
Out of all the names to name a hurricane, you had to make it something difficult. It couldn't just be like Hurricane Jimmy.
They use them all.
they do.
They went through all like the normal names, so now they have to go to crazy names.
All right, here's my other one. It was again with the girlfriend again. It's a common trend.
I'm gonna get rid of her.
She's grocery shopping for her apartment. So I go with her, and she wants raviolis. So she gets the raviolis out of the freezer section, and she puts the bag in the cart and goes, I forgot sauce. I'm like, okay, well, we'll just go get some sauce then. She looks at the bag and goes, oh wait, never mind. They already have sauce on them because that's what it looks like in the picture on the bag.
Oh my God.
Bruh. What?
Yeah.
Well, we can simplify things.
What did you think?
We can simplify things. Chef Boyardee comes with the ravioli
That's fine.
and the sauce.
No.
Bruh.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
But it's
Chef
not in a can.
Boyardee,
In a can.
I know it's in a can.
It's a difference.
We'll ease things up on her. If she's making that assumption, she probably shouldn't be around a hot stove. So, we'll make it easy. You pour it in a thing, put it in the microwave, back up. Give it in for 30 seconds, and you got your raviolis. There you go.
I was in shock that was said to me. Anyway, we're a little past time here. It's time for the K. Willie Sleeper of the Week.
Gosh, it's already that time again.
3 for 3. Deion Lewis had 17.5 points last week. I'll give it to you. I'm not going to be as generous going forward, though.
Generous? 17 points, a game changer.
No.
Garrett Blunt, another running back on the Patriots, had 3 touchdowns.
What? Well, he didn't play the.
Your sleeper got outplayed by the backup.
No. This is actually what happened. They didn't put my sleeper back in because they played the backup because the game was out of control.
Go ahead. Who's your sleeper of the week?
My sleeper of the week this week is Heath Miller, tight end for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You think
and
Vic's gonna check down a lot?
And you got Vic playing, and I think that Vic, I think there are going to be a lot of simple plays. Heath Miller's a big guy, easy target.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my sleeper of the week. Now Clay's going to turn around and say Mike Vick, which is kind of undercutting my sleeper of the week because
Mike Vick.
yes, he is.
No,
yes, he is.
No,
because in order for Heath to have a good game, Mike's also got to have a good game. So don't downgrade my sleeper because he undergraded my. That's like saying
I'm not going to downgrade your sleeper.
That's like picking that's like picking a defense in baseball or something like that when it's a good pitcher. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I'm
undermining your
Vick.
sleeper.
Not picking Mike Vick.
Who you picking?
I'm going with Justin Forsett. I think he breaks out. He's had a rough go of it. He was a high draft pick in most leagues, but I think he breaks out this week. Not sure why.
I don't know.
But I think he breaks out.
I didn't like Justin Forsett coming into the season because I thought he was a one-year wonder, and he's kind of proven that right now. I don't think he hasn't had over 50 yards rushing. I don't think.
No.
Yeah, I was a little scared going to last week my sleeper, but I got complete confidence in Heath. My man Heath. He's gonna have a couple Heath bars.
Couple Heath bars.
He's gonna be ready to go.
My sleeper this week is T.J. Yeldon. I think he actually finally breaks out with 100 yards against the Colts.
See that's That's a hard sleeper to pick because you're saying I hope he actually comes out to play this week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeldon?
Yeah, I mean that's a true sleeper.
Yeah.
Heath and Forsett, well, I mean you can't just sit there and pick them. No, I know. I mean this is another thing. What does a sleeper line draw? Like you can't pick Tom Brady as a sleeper.
I didn't even want to give you Deion Lewis last week as a sleeper.
Why?
Because the first 2 weeks he scored over 20
Never
points
heard of Deion Lewis in my life.
That's because you didn't watch the first 2 games.
I could walk
apparently.
by Deion Lewis on the street and have no idea who he is.
I wouldn't know who he is either. I don't know what the guy looks like. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Yeldon. I think he finally.
Roll Tide.
And speaking in that game, he plays the Colts. Andrew Luck, he's questionable.
He's gonna play.
I know he's gonna play, but he's questionable. Shoulder, limited participant in practice again today. He's on my fantasy team. He's let me down. He's let me down.
Yeah.
He's having a bad year.
Oh, dude. He's gonna kill it. He's gonna kill it.
Okay, give me some stats for Heath tonight.
All right, well, I'll give you a TD, right? Because you gotta have a TD at least. I'll say it's unusual to see 100 yards out of a tight end. I'll give him,
especially Heath Miller.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give him 75 with 4 to 5 catches. 4 to 5 catches.
No way.
75 and a TD, and that's my sleeper.
All right, you heard it here first.
You heard it here.
Kickoff's in an hour.
You got an hour. Do whatever you gotta do.
Put him in your lineup.
I proved myself. I came in with accusations that I didn't know anything about fantasy football because I said I stopped playing. It was so easy. I proved myself in 3 weeks. Proved. It's not past tense. It's still happening. I proved myself.
You are proving.
Myself.
You are currently proving.
Myself.
Myself. All right, well, yeah, we got 2 minutes till the break, so let's get something in quick here. Let's go back to some disappointments right now in fantasy that are through the first 3 weeks. Forsett is a disappointment.
Absolutely.
Jeremy Hill is a disappointment right now, even though I just traded for him. Lamar Miller is a disappointment. It's another guy on my team.
He's just going down his team.
Wow.
He's just going down.
I am 2-1 though, so But those 3 guys are like probably second round picks. They're
it's 12-team leagues.
struggling.
They're absolutely second round picks.
And DeMarco Murray might be the biggest bust of them all.
I think a lot of because of the way Aguilar played in the preseason, a lot of people took him high, as did I. I took him high, and he hasn't done
according
anything.
to K. Willie over here, he's a Pro Bowler.
No, he is.
He has a catch and a half maybe this season.
I can't get everything right.
I know.
I'm waiting for Abdullah to break out. I think a lot of people are. Everyone's been texting me trying to get Abdullah off my roster. So
he's got the potential to do it.
yeah.
Well, dude, I mean,
He's just got to play a little bit more.
the biggest disappointment is sitting right under our nose, DeMarco Murray.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah, Murray.
There's an echo in here still, I think.
I swear.
Yeah, Murray. He is. He is.
I literally say everything.
Yeah, right after
he says.
Yeah.
He is. He's a little disappointment. All right, it is 7:40. We're gonna hit a break real quick. We'll come back. We'll preview the Eagles and the Redskins game, and we'll get you our game picks, and then followed by what is your problem. All right, everybody, we're back. 7:43. Got you for the last 20 minutes here, and let's preview this Eagles game real quick before we dive into our picks. All right. Well, first of all, I don't know where the game's going to be played. First of all, because of this hurricane coming out. I don't really think it matters, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously the field conditions would affect the game, because if it's a slop game, it's going to be more of a running football game, which honestly might benefit the Redskins. But I know the Eagles' run defense is pretty good. But the way the Eagles are running the ball, I know they ran it well last week. I don't know, though. I don't know if that was just a fluke or what it was. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
this game, it feels like this should be an easy win, but something's telling me
I'm telling you, Washington can't pass.
I know they can't pass.
So they got to run.
Yeah.
I've said I'm a fan of Alfred Morris.
Mm-hmm.
I like.
See, that's the thing. I don't know if he's going to start because this other guy, Matt Jones, who's like a Marshawn Lynch type of runner.
Yeah.
The Eagles have trouble. Always have had a history of trouble tackling guys. Like
right
that.
now, I mean, they only allowed 3-point yards per rush attempt. Eagles defense.
I know their defense is good,
but you're right. It's the curse of the
Here's
Eagles,
thing.
man.
They've only been playing running backs that are scat backs, quick guys.
Hey,
Joseph
well,
Randall,
listen.
Tevin Coleman, Devontae Freeman, and Chris Ivory didn't play. They played Chris Ivory. That game could have been a little bit different.
You know what also hurts the Eagles in games like this? When the other offense goes, if the Redskins can put together long drives and the Eagles go 3 and out real quick, and then the Redskins put together another 8-minute drive.
Yeah, that's what you saw in the second half.
Kills. That's the only antidote for Chip Kelly's game. An offense that can ground, pound, take time off the clock, right? Bradford doesn't get in a rhythm, coming back on the field every 3 minutes.
I don't see Bradford having to get in a rhythm. I don't think they're going to run the ball.
The
Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to run the ball. They won't pound it. But
well, I mean, the weather's going to dictate that too, I'm assuming.
Sam Bradford's going to be using the little quick screens, the pop passes.
Well, we know that's not a problem. I mean, that's all we've seen in
check
3
downs
weeks.
and swing passes. If you took the swing pass out of that offense, you might have 2 pass plays. That's it. There's not much.
I mean, Chip Kelly's got to be frustrated because I know people are open downfield.
Chip Kelly has been really successful against the Redskins in his 3 years here so far, though. So
Yes.
I think
not last year. Last game of the season.
Yeah, the brutal one. That was brutal. But I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be fine this week. I think they ran the ball better. I think the offensive line played much better last week against a good Jets defense, and this Redskins defense is much worse than the Jets. The Jets are. So I think the offensive line picking it up last week looks like they're a little bit more cohesive. I think the Eagles will be fine running the ball.
Here's one thing that kind of scares me a little bit: the fact that Maxwell's probably going to be matched up with Pierre Garçon a lot, and Pierre Garçon is not a guy that tries to get away from you. He is a physical receiver. He doesn't look like much, but he is a physical receiver. And Byron Maxwell shies away from any contact. You see when he tries to tackle a running back, he just stands straight up and tries to, arm tackle people and try to strip the ball. That's not going to work with Garçon.
Is it too much of a stretch to say that special teams could be the reason that?
Could be, again.
Because, I've been hearing this week that the Redskins' special teams is not, one of the worst in the league. Especially their kick, their kick kicking unit.
Kickoff?
Not punting, kick, whatever.
Special
their kicking
teams.
game. Well, that's like the kicking
I understand
part
what
of
you're saying, yeah.
So, it is hard to put pressure on the special teams to put up points on the board 2 weeks in a row. But it's possible, so.
The Eagles did it last year. I don't see anybody. You can't predict a punt return from Darren Sproles.
I really don't want to just sit back and pray for the special teams to put points on the board because their offense can't. Please, just.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to the other games and pick those, and then we'll pick the Eagles and Skins last. So let's start with the game tonight: Ravens Steelers. Man, it should be easy if Roethlisberger was playing. I'm gonna take Baltimore. I don't think Mike Vick's he's no good.
They lost to the Raiders.
Mike Vick's no good. The Raiders aren't that bad. They're really not. I gotta go with the Ravens.
My sleeper's on Pittsburgh. So I gotta go Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna take Pittsburgh just because I think their defense is improved this year, and I don't think Baltimore's gonna be able to move the ball much. I think Justin Forsett's gonna probably get a lot of touches, but
that's his sleeper.
He's
just contradicted himself.
Pittsburgh.
You want to go back about 15 minutes?
Can we go back about
Yeah,
Justin Forsett's
gonna
gonna have a big game this week against Pittsburgh's defense? Well, he's gonna get a lot of touches on them.
Right, let's go Jets and Dolphins. I'll take the Jets. This game's in London at 9:30 in the morning on Sunday.
On Sunday, 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah, because it's over in London.
Oh wow!
So I'm gonna take the Jets because the Dolphins are an absolute mess.
Eggs and football on Sunday.
They're a mess.
I'll go Jets.
I'm going to go with the Jets, too. Defense is too good for Miami's offense right now.
Jags and Colts. Assuming Andrew Luck's going to play, I'll take the Colts.
Yeah, but this is the thing. 8 turnovers this year, career high. High, and we're 3 games into the season.
I know. But I have him on my fantasy team. I know all stats.
This is where I'm making ground up in this game.
Taking Bortles and the Jags on my sleeper Yeldon.
J-A-X. Yeldon has a breakout game.
I'm taking Indy. I think Andrew Luck gets back on track this week.
Agreed. Giants and Bills. I'll take the Giants. I'll take the Giants.
Clay, there you go.
I'm taking Buffalo. I think Tyrod Taylor.
That's the reason I'm picking the Giants. It's Tyrod Taylor. This is going to end at some point
Giants
with Tyrod Taylor.
Defense is not that good.
I know it's not, but neither is Tyrod Taylor.
I think Buffalo puts up points.
God, I'm actually going to watch this game just because I love watching Eli's face every time he messes up. Because it's like a scared puppy dog that's caught in the headlights about to get run over or something. Just like, All right, now, at least he's not Peyton Manning. I'm not going to get in that conversation. I'm going Buffalo.
All right. Panthers and Bucks. Do the Panthers go 4-0?
Kill a Cam.
To surprise everybody?
Yeah, okay, yes. Man. Okay. Jameis Winston is not beating Cam. No.
It's Cam. No. Jameis Winston has to beat Carolina's defense.
Jameis Winston is Cam's little brother.
I'll take Cam.
Yeah, he's Superman.
I'm taking Carolina just because they're deep, not because of Cam Newton.
Kuechly.
He's
concussed. We went over this last week.
I tell you what, man.
It doesn't matter. Carolina's defense is too good for James Winston.
All right, we're all in the Panthers. All right, Raiders and Bears. Raiders. I'll never pick the Bears. They might go in 16. I'll take the Raiders. This is the
biggest Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler's not even playing right now.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Should we make up ground right here or no?
I'm taking the Raiders.
All right, I'm going to go Raiders. See, for me, it's not even about who I think I'm going to win. I just have to be smart about, from a statistical standpoint on where I'm looking at in the race here. Or we have a competition going on who has the best stats.
Yeah.
Going on. I'm making up ground, but I'm still at the leaderboard a little bit.
So you're going with the Raiders. All right, Texans and Falcons. I'm gonna take the Texans.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I got a feeling. I gotta take.
He just wants me to pass him.
Nah, I'm taking Atlanta.
I'm gonna take the Texans.
Give me Atlanta.
I got a feeling.
Hey, lock that in there lock that in there so he can't change it.
I got a feeling.
That's locked.
You
can't change it like Sunday.
Lock it up.
Sunday morning when you wake up and you realize what kind of mistake you made.
No, I'm gonna take the Texans.
All right, so when Julio Jones has 2 touchdowns, come talk to me tonight.
I just got a feeling. I got a feeling about the Texans.
What?
Chiefs and Bengals. I'll take the Bengals.
I'm taking the Bengals too.
You can't pick the Chiefs after that game they just played.
Well, Andy Dalton's on Aaron Rodgers, but still, I'm gonna take the Bengals. All right, Browns and Chargers. I'm
on Philip Rivers here. I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah, I'll take the Chargers.
They're still not playing Johnny.
I don't think so.
Still not playing Johnny.
No.
So
until they play Johnny. I said last week, until they play Johnny, I will not pick the Browns to win. I don't care if they're playing. They could be playing whoever.
Football team.
They could be.
All right, Packers and 49ers.
I
think we're on the Packers here.
What happened to Kaepernick? What happened to him? What happened to Kaepernick?
He's not that good.
There's no one around him either.
Why was he so good then?
Because nobody knew anything about him.
And his offensive line was phenomenal that year.
God, that was a bad game. That was a bad game he just played.
Yeah.
Rams and Cardinals. Cardinals.
So they stay
Super
hot?
Bowl contender.
They stay hot?
Super Bowl contender. Nicky franchise looked pretty bad.
Yeah. Let's go to Cardinals.
We all in the Cardinals here?
Yeah.
All right, Vikings and Broncos. I'll take the Broncos. This is a good game. AP versus the Broncos defense is a good game.
The hardest games are the one when the offenses are completely different. You have,
I'm taking Minnesota.
Wow.
Teddy Bridge.
Back to the crib?
I think Denver is poised for a loss the way that, they've been squeaking out with these wins.
Yeah, they've been escaping with some wins.
I think Minnesota beats them this week.
Oh, Peyton Manning with the pea shooter. Can't even make the ball 20 yards down the field, but he still wins.
Peyton? All right. Cowboys and Saints.
No.
I'm going to take the Saints.
Saints?
Cowboys are no good with Brandon Whedon.
Yeah. Saints.
No good.
Saints.
Oh, God. I don't like this, but I'm taking
Dallas.
Oh, God.
Please pick Dallas so I can make up game there.
I'm going to take Dallas.
Wow.
Jeez.
I'm not sure.
Wow.
Running game strong.
Bruh.
I don't like it as much as it hurts coming out of my mouth.
Taking Dallas.
Another good game here.
Even if Drew Brees plays?
Yeah, I don't think New Orleans is that good.
What?
They're not, but even Drew Brees, man, he kills the Cowboys. Look at
the next game here. Look at the next game.
Lions and Seahawks.
That's a pretty good game.
I disagree.
I also disagree. I'm going to take the Seahawks.
That's a good game.
I think the Lions are no good, man.
I'm still going to pick the Seahawks. I'm still going to pick the Seahawks, but I think it's going to be a game.
I don't know. I'm going to take the Seahawks.
And nobody gets a free win this week by picking Tom Brady either because they're on a bye week.
That's true. All right, Eagles Skins. We got 5 minutes left, so let's make this quick so we can get some what's your problem in real quick.
All right.
Eagles and Skins.
Philly, DeMarco 2 TDs.
Score.
24-6.
24-6.
Washington doesn't score a touchdown.
I'm not giving a score this week. I'm gonna go with Philly.
I'll take. Oh man, yeah, I'll take the Eagles. I want to take a close one, 20-16. 20-16 Eagles. All right, it is time for what's your problem?
Bruh.
Houston, we have a problem.
Oh, we got a problem here?
All right, Clay. What's your problem?
ESPN's killing me lately. I had Skip Bayless last week. And the more I watch ESPN, it's frustrating because they go around to all these cities, college game day, bounce around the colleges, bounce around the cities for NFL Live. Every Putty reporting for those teams or those colleges are women. When did that happen? Not that women don't know sports. Some do. Some of them are good. But where did Sal Paolantonio go? He's still there, but you don't see him as much anymore. Ed Werder. He doesn't leave Dallas. Come on, ESPN. Get the analyst back.
Clay's unhappy with the biggest sports program in the history of the world. Go ahead, Kai. What's your problem?
I did a little research this week for my problem.
All right.
My problem is with the Swiffer dry and wet cleaning mop. I get some mop.
So, are you talking about the one that?
Yes, the one you attach on that's wet and dry. This is my problem, right? So in my house, I got hardwood floors. Hardwood floors in my house, right? I live with 7 guys, so the floors always get dirty. So, we go to Swiffer. It's, hardwood floors, easy to clean up. I'm cleaning it for like 3 weeks. I'm like, nothing's getting clean here, right? I clean it, it dries, and I still feel dirt on the floor.
Okay.
So then I go and I just get, just a spray bottle of cleaner and, what generic brand?
Cleaned it right up, didn't it?
Clean it right up. And I go on Swiffer's website. Guess what the Swiffer... 4 stars. 4 stars. People, do you understand? You're paying money for this? A 2-in-1 hard surface sweeping and mopping tool. The dry cloth help deep ridges, grooves that custom to your surface or your floor to trap lock dirt.
Take a breath.
I'll never
Kai
buy
is
another
anti-Swiffer. Anti-Swiffer.
$12.99 won't even clean my... Won't even clean my floor. They might have a lawsuit coming away.
Oh. Swiffer, watch out. All right, I got a problem. I got a problem with the way people pronunciate certain words. Example, the word vase is not pronounced vase. That is not how you pronounce vase. That gets under my skin so bad. And the biggest one, heard it today, penalize is not penalize. Penalize.
Yeah,
Who decided that that's how you pronounce that word?
Yeah, these stories he's been telling. You gotta watch who he's hanging out with. These stories he's been telling lately.
Yeah, who are you hanging
Yeah,
out
who
with?
you're surrounding yourself
Well, you
with?
two live with me, so.
Hey, I'm not there. I don't talk like that.
In my life.
I'm
My
there more
thing
than
is
Clay.
tomato, water. Water.
What was that?
Everybody says water differently.
Water. So what do you say?
Water.
Water.
Water? No one says water. Thank you. No one
People
says
say
water. So
water.
we've got that.
But it's the bottom. It's vase and penalize.
I've never
Not
heard
vase
that.
and penalize.
I've never even heard somebody say that.
What, Voss?
Yeah, Voss and penalize.
Penalize. It's the worst.
I heard penalize
The
all
worst.
the time.
What?
Penalize
It's the worst.
gets under my skin a little bit, actually, now that you say
Sounds
that.
like a French coffee.
All right. That is it for our show. Next Thursday at 7. Again, follow us on Twitter at NUSports985. Tweet us during the week, during the show, whatever you got to do. Again, next Thursday for Clay and Kai, I am Kristian DeLuzio. We will see you next Thursday at 7.